Let's talk about a known issue with Louis Vuitton. You may notice small cracks around the outskirts of your bag. Canvas can crack. Hello YouTube, my name is Angie Say Less and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm a former client advisor from Louis Vuitton who is going to share some of the ins and outs with the company. I'll give you some advice as a new client or an existing client with information you may not be aware of. So subscribe to the channel if you're interested to see a little bit more about that, and I'm doing weekly videos, so stay tuned for more. Don't forget to click that bell so you can get those notifications as well, and drop a comment if you're interested in seeing more of this content. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So today we're going to talk about what to do when you have a defective item, at least something you may think is defective. Let's talk about a known issue with Louis Vuitton items. If you ever purchase a canvas bag from Louis Vuitton, after close inspection of your piece over the time, you may notice small cracks around the outskirts of your bag. Canvas can crack. If it's not properly stored or maintained when you're not using your item, you may notice that the bag may have some wear and tear if it's not properly stored away and it's felt when not being used. That is something to keep your eye out for. In my opinion, my best suggestion is, if you notice cracking in your bag, to instantly bring it to your client advisor, or if you have their information like their business card, go ahead and shoot them a text message, give them a call, and let them know that you've noticed something on your bag and you're just worried if this is a common issue or something you've done on the bag itself. 9 times out of 10, your client advisor is going to ask you to send them a picture of wherever you're having the issue so they can inspect it, and if it seems something, very easy to detect via picture, they'll go ahead and give you the best solution at that moment. If not, they're gonna then set up an appointment for you to come in so they can take some time to inspect your bag and see if it's something that needs to be either repaired, if it could be replaced, or if it is considered deemed effective. So I just want to briefly go over the fact that Louis Vuitton does not have a warranty at all. So because there's no warranty on your items, the only thing that Louis Vuitton will honor is a defective exchange if the item is within a certain amount of years, which to my knowledge it has to be 2 years old. The oldest that they honor this is typically 5 years, but I haven't seen anybody else get honored after 5 years. So typically how that works is within the first 2 years of your bag, if something goes wrong, cracking, peeling, melting, endless things can go wrong with your piece, you would bring it back to the store. The manager's discretion is to deem it defective if they feel it is defective. So I just want to clarify what defective means to Louis Vuitton. The bag is dirty inside because of spilled milk. That's not something that we would consider defective. You'll be surprised with what stories customers can come up with when coming to the store, but we specifically will know internally if the item is defective and has been having ongoing issues. There are some pieces I have seen constantly come back, which one that I'm going to specifically talk about is going to be the Neo Noe in the monogram print. It just doesn't really age well for a bucket style bag, so you will notice some of the flyaways, like it starts to pretty much just detach from the top part of the bucket style. Because of that, that's something that we would deem as a defective exchange. It's a known issue that we've had. I do believe they are effortlessly working on repairing that, but it is not considered a repairable piece. You know what I'm saying? So like if it's not something that we can detach, like a metal piece or a key or something like that, like we sometimes can't repair it, or a handle. Maybe a handle can just easily be replaced, like the melee, like, you know, something like that could definitely be replaced. But you know, there are certain items that get weird issues and we just have to deem them as defective. When you are in the process of a defective exchange, whatever you paid for that item is exactly the amount that you would get back. Okay, so if you pay $2,100 for a bag and it is deemed defective by the manager, you then have $2,100 to spend in the store, but you would have to return the bag. Again, just want to make sure that that's clear. Once a bag is deemed defective, it has to be returned back to Louis Vuitton. Sometimes that can be very disheartening to a lot of customers who had a piece for you know, several years, and they fell in love with it, you know, and it became their everyday bag, or whatever the situation might have you, and then now all of a sudden they are told they have to just give their piece up. And you know, sometimes we don't have the item that you purchased 2 or 3 years ago, because Louis Vuitton is constantly changing and adapting with the new fashion. But you have to look at the positives of it. No other company is doing this for you. None. I've heard horror stories about Chanel purses and the quality not lasting that long, and Chanel looks at you like, sounds like a personal problem. So, you know, definitely grateful for the fact that Louis Vuitton at least honors that. You get to shop for a brand new piece that is more up to date, and you know, sometimes it kind of can be a blessing in disguise. So if it's not deemed defective, like I said, it is possibly something that can be repaired. We do also offer repair services. However, repairs are not always free. Of course, it depends on the situation. Every client situation is different, and always try to maintain that client advisor and client relationship, because your client advisor will definitely refer you to the best solution for your issue. So don't fret if you find yourself in that situation. I myself, as a former client advisor, my manager actually noticed that my piece was cracked.
Ooh! Ah, the ghetto! The ghetto.
So, you know, it is something that I don't think we normally pay attention to. It could be so fine, but you know, once it's pointed out, you're like, oh my gosh, look at that, it is definitely defective. So always go back to your Louis Vuitton store to see if there's something they can do about your item before completely giving up on it. So that's it for today's video. I hope it was a little bit informative for defective exchanges at Louis Vuitton. Keep that relationship close with your client advisor. That's like honestly the best advice I can give you. And go to your store if you have any further questions. Your local Louis Vuitton store will definitely be of a great assistance. Guys, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.